Feels like you're putting in hours of studying but still not seeing results? It's frustrating, right? We've all been there, stuck in that endless cycle of studying with little progress. But what if I told you there are proven study hacks that can help you study smarter, not harder? You'll learn how to use active recall, organize your time better, and even leverage tools like AI for maximum efficiency. Stick around to discover how you can boost your productivity in less time and get better results. Let's dive in. The first and most important thing to tackle is your mindset. If you've ever thought, I'm not cut out for this, or I'll never get this right, you're not alone. But here's the secret. Success in studying isn't about being perfect. It's about progress. When was the last time you celebrated a small win? Progress is like learning to ride a bike. You didn't get it perfect on the first try, but each attempt brought you closer to mastering it. A simple tip that has worked for me is journaling my daily progress. Even the smallest wins, when written down, remind me how far I've come. Shifting your mindset to focus on growth instead of perfection can make all the difference. Now that your mindset is set, let's change your environment to boost focus. Does your current study spot feel uninspiring? Your environment plays a massive role in your productivity. If you're always studying in the same place, your brain might start associating it with boredom. Let's shake things up. Clean your space, rearrange your desk, or add personal touches that inspire you. For example, I'm a huge anime fan, especially Dragon Ball, so I added posters of my favorite characters to my study space. I even included small plants to keep the vibe fresh and vibrant. These small changes made my space feel exciting and motivating to study in. If you're into music, you could display vinyl records or frame motivational lyrics. Love sports? Add mini trophies, posters, or memorabilia. These little touches make your space uniquely yours and keep you energized. Remember, a clutter-free, personalized environment can make studying feel less like a chore and more like a productive habit. With your environment refreshed, let's get your studies organized. Effective study organization is crucial. The more structured your study sessions are, the easier it will be to stay focused and avoid procrastination. Instead of saying, I'm going to study pharmacology today, break it down into smaller specific tasks, like review the mechanism of beta blockers or study antihypertensive drugs. This way, you avoid feeling overwhelmed. I use Google Calendar to block out my study hours and Notion to track what topics I need to cover. Notion has helped me so much because I can visually track my progress, set reminders for difficult topics, and even note down what I need to revisit. Now that you're organized, let's prioritize what really matters. One of the most effective strategies for studying is prioritizing the right topics. The 80-20 rule says that 80% of the results come from 20% of the effort. This means focusing on the most important, high-yield topics will help you perform better. For example, when studying pharmacology, focus on the key drug classes that are most frequently tested. Here's how you can take this a step further. Divide your topics into 4 categories. Weaknesses that are heavily tested, tackle these first as they carry the most weight. Weaknesses that are lightly tested, handle these next to avoid surprises. Strengths that are heavily tested, polish these for easy marks. Strengths that are lightly tested, review these if time permits. Start with your toughest, most tested topics and work your way down. This ensures you're putting your energy where it truly counts. With priorities in place, let's manage your time and focus with timers. Ever had one of those study sessions where hours fly by, but you look back and wonder, what did I even accomplish? It's frustrating, right? This happens when we don't manage our time well. That's where the Pomodoro technique comes in, a method that can completely change the way you study. According to Parkinson's law, work expands to fill the time available for its completion. Basically, if you give yourself an entire day to study something that could take an hour, you'll probably waste most of that time. Our brains tend to stretch tasks to fill the time we give them, even when it's unnecessary. The Pomodoro technique solves this by setting a timer. Study for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. After 4 25-minute sessions, take a longer break. This method keeps you focused and prevents procrastination. Timers are set, now let's dive into active recall for better retention. Let's face it, just passively reading or highlighting your notes isn't enough. If you really want to remember what you're learning, you need to engage your brain. Active recall is one of the best ways to do that. After reading a topic, quiz yourself on it. Use flashcards or try to explain the material to someone else. The key is retrieval. Actively pulling information from your memory strengthens the connections in your brain. Active recall is powerful, but spaced repetition will make it even stronger. Here's a fun fact. Your brain forgets most of what you learn within 24 hours if you don't review it. So, cramming for a test the night before means you'll forget most of it by the time the exam comes around. The solution? Spaced repetition. By reviewing material at spaced intervals, say after 1 day, then 3 days, then a week, you can fight the forgetting curve and retain more information in the long term. Apps like Anki and Quizlet are excellent for this, as they remind you to review important topics at the right time. This technique drastically improves memory retention and helps you feel more prepared for exams. Spaced repetition is key, but let's take it up a notch with AI. Here's something that can speed up your learning process. Use AI tools like ChatGPT. These tools are like having a tutor on demand. You can ask AI to explain complex topics in simpler terms, or generate quiz questions for you. You can also use AI to summarize articles, generate practice questions, or even create personalized quizzes. The best part? These tools are available 24/7, so you can access them anytime you need help. If you're not using AI to study, you're definitely missing out on a powerful resource.